Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, the search for Hugo Seiger, the finale, part 11, set in Berlin and supplied to us today by Nico in the Drip. So moving on to our briefing, welcome to Berlin 47. Tonight is the night we see the fall of Seiger. Hugo Seiger is most likely in the bikers hangout and will most likely be disguised as a biker. You will also eliminate Seiger's lookout guards. Both are in disguise and the final courier. Seiger is in Berlin to collect gun parts from the bikers. Make sure Seiger's brand is crippled and eliminate him with his own creation. Any Seiger 300 will do, but if you do so, choose. Good luck 47. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 4 of them along with a free map. So for today's challenge we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to have a Seiger 300 stored up in the entrance staff room, and we'll be bringing with us a remote taser and a sedative bubblegum. So right from the start and off the bat we are going to make our way around to the side of the building here, and we are going to use our proximity taser, and we're just going to throw it at the wall by that kitty there, and that will get the attention of our first target. Now if you aim more to the right of center, you should get our target straight away, but there is no guarantee. There is at least 2 other people there who could come round, so it can take a few attempts, but eventually you will get to your primary target here, and he will come along, he will spot the taser on the floor, and he will have a shockingly bad day. You also need to get this done before the gentleman in the dungarees and the mohawk enters the area, otherwise he will be the only person you attract when you throw the taser. So once our first target has been dealt with, we're going to retrieve our sniping rifle, and we're going to make our way back around to the front of the building, past the queue just as our first target is being spotted. We're going to make our way around past the white van here and around to the storage tank. We're going to throw our briefcase on the floor, more to the left of where I've just thrown it. We want it just off to the left of center. That will get the attention of our target, and unfortunately I threw it to the right of center, so that gets us our target's companion. So we are going to have to wait for him to come along and investigate, find nothing, and go back to his rizzing, I'm guessing. Although she seems quite keen. She's asking if he wants a roommate. I could certainly do with a roommate. I absolutely hate the cooking and cleaning aspects of living alone. Right, so once he has gone back to his usual routine, we're going to try this again, this time throwing the briefcase more to the left of center of the storage tank, which will then attract the attention of our target. And when she comes along, we're going to drop our briefcase because we don't want to knock her on the head with that. We want to render her unconscious and then give her a nice gentle neck massage. We're going to leave her there. She won't be found as long as we don't cause any panic. We're going to retrieve our sniping rifle, make our way over the wall into the more secluded areas and the trespassing zone. We're going to make our way all the way around the side of the building to the rear of the building where the bikers hangout is located, and then from here we're going to do a tiny little bit of legwork setting up our next 2 eliminations. So we're just going to use the tall grasses here for cover all the way round. We did manage to get Agent Thames's attention, but he's looking in the bushes, and we are now in the courtyard between the club and the bikers hideout. So I'm just going to take care of that camera there because I often forget about it and get caught by it. before hopping our way over the wall into the Portaloo area. We're going to use our sedative bubblegum and throw it over by the pallet in the center of that courtyard. That will get the attention of the delivery boy, and when he goes over to investigate, he will find the bubblegum and render himself unconscious. If you don't have the bubblegum and you wish to use the moped exit, you will have to render him unconscious manually, and you will have to hide the body. So we're going to make our way up into the bikers hangout balcony area, and we're going to take out the camera above the middle door. Now just be aware that when you do that, depending on where the biker in the warehouse is located, he may come and investigate. So you do need to get your propane cylinder and get out of there relatively quickly. On our way down, we're going to grab the moped keys from the delivery boy. We're going to throw our propane cylinder against our next target, currently sitting down having a cigarette outside of the juice bar. And when he finishes investigating that, he will sit back down and he will then blow himself up. And we are 3 targets down with the infamous Hugo Seiger left to go. So we're going to retrace our steps back up onto the bikers hangout balcony. We're going to retrieve our sniping rifle, make our way into the weed farm area of the building, and on the shelving here just by the edge of the warehouse we will find some insecticide. We're going to take out the camera above the weed farm entrance, and then we're going to go and add the insecticide to the fumigation machine and take up position around via the on and off switch. And if we look to our left, we should see, if we use instinct, our target, who is in the weed farm with his colleague. And we're just going to wait for Agent Lowenthal, I believe it is. I'm not 100%. No, I believe it's Agent Rhodes will come into the weed farm as part of his routine. Once he's in place, we are then going to turn on the fumigation machine, and once everybody is safely unconscious, we can turn off the fumigation machine, make our way into the weed farm, eliminate Mr. Seiger, drop our sniping rifle, and make good our escape, retracing our steps back the way we came. Now we do need Agent Rhodes in the weed farm area when we trigger the fumigation machine, otherwise he will come in and he will find the body long before we make it to the moped. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, and we got a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.